People is pleased to present 40 Days 40 FinTechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, as it continues to lead the way in advocacy for the creation and dissemination of technology that enables financial inclusivity. The 40 Days 40 FinTechs is shining a spotlight on those that are breaking down digital barriers and bringing millions more on the continent into the transactional space and transforming their lives for the better.
Nomanini is a FinTech, financial tech company that was founded in 2011. And it started off with a point-of-sale gadget that was distributed to retailers, to where they could be able to buy airtime for their customers. And eventually, soon after that, Nomanini developed a white-labeled app that was, where retailers could actually download the apps onto their phones, and they could be able to, provide the same services that the point-of-sale gadget was able to do. And eventually, over time, we grew up where we were able to partner with banks. Over, I think, 2015, we partnered with Moza Banco. And eventually, the big one was in 2019, where we were able to partner with Standard Bank, where Standard Bank was interested in the solutions we were offering to be able to provide services to the informal retailers. And eventually, in 2020, we partnered with Nestle. And basically, we are present in Zambia, Lesotho, Cote d'Ivoire, and now most recently Tanzania, and we're rolling out also in Kenya with most of our solutions. We have the main one called Trader Direct, which is a combination of what we call VAS products, value-added services. So the value-added services are, you can buy, the retailer, once he has those services from us, he can be able to buy airtime for his retailers, electricity, bill pays, GoTV, DSTV. And then also, they can also be able to, once there's a history of their transactions, they can be able to access float loans, to where they can be able to, buy more services. And then the other one that we're rolling out it's a supply chain finance solution, to where we partner financial service providers and FMCG companies to provide what we call stock advances to the informal retailers, And then there's another one called Umoja, where we basically integrate with an aggregator, to where we buy airtime in bulk from mobile service providers and be able to cascade them down to retailers. So far, we're at cumulatively, we're at about 15,000 retailers registered on the platform. Over $3.3 million in loans, given to the customers, and we can say we have about 42 million transactions so far. Basically, like when you talk about informal trade retailers, many of these retailers are actually, women. The ones that run this business, own these businesses. So, by virtue of that, we are supporting a lot of, families. And also, when you talk about also small businesses, like, when you talk about salons, barber shops, the small shops, those are mainly run by youths and all that. So that's why we support, a lot of these small businesses, because they also impact, women and youth who, in terms of vulnerability, they usually are the ones who are most vulnerable. And when we support these small businesses, they're the ones who we help to improve their lives and help them grow their businesses and improve the quality of their lives. Our technology, just for your information, is it's very advanced, even in terms of usability. Most of our transactions are real time. And in terms of KYC, we do elaborate KYC, at least what's relevant to what we need in terms of collecting information, customer information. And most of this information is protected by, we sign NDAs and just make sure that, that we use it for what it's supposed to be used for. Kenya is considered a hotbed of the FinTech space, and actually it's actually considered a global hub, not even continental, because of the the pioneering work that has been done in this country, starting with M-Pesa and the mobile penetration, because most of these solutions are through the mobile phone. So there have been a lot of innovations, in this country, and that's what has really propelled the FinTech industry, in this country. So there's massive opportunities, and not just in Kenya, but across the the region, because like a lot of banks now, really in terms of when they see how they're able to access more customers, with these solutions compared to the brick and mortar branches, the mobile phone gives them a whole lot more access than a bank branch would give them for really at little to no cost. So there's huge opportunity there, and that's why a lot of them are creating solutions for their own solutions, either creating their own solutions or partnering with FinTechs so that they can be able to access more points of representation. 40 Days 40 FinTechs initiative is, it's a great initiative because it helps create awareness on what the FinTech ecosystem and solutions have to offer. There's still massive opportunity in terms of what hasn't been covered by the FinTechs. We made great steps, but there's still a lot of ground to cover. You're talking about 10 million informal retailers in sub-Saharan Africa. 40 Days 40 FinTechs is doing this mainly to create that awareness that these opportunities are there that can help these informal retailers and small businesses take advantage, grow their businesses, and also just change their lives. What else 40 Days 40 FinTechs can do other than what it's doing is it can be actively involved actually in also just bringing together the different players, whether it's investors, financial service providers, the FMCG companies, and also just creating that awareness amongst the retailers, so that they are aware that there are these opportunities that they can take advantage of, just being a voice, for these opportunities. So we have our website, www.nomanini.com, which has, all the information. It has the, case studies that you can, download. And also, if you want to reach us, you can reach us at sales@nomanini.com.
40 Days 40 FinTechs is presented in proud partnership with Crossleg Technologies, Modus Box, Modular Foundation, and Level 1 Projects.